Greetings everyone, I am Lotus Prince, and for this Let's Play we are going to tackle Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. This is a Patreon requested Let's Play, so it's a viewer's choice. Call of Cthulhu has interested me for some time. I never knew quite what the game was. I know that it's, of course, Lovecraftian horror, but I never knew exactly what it explored, except that it has the Cthulhu name attached to it. So it's going to be interesting exploring this thing. Now, from what I've read, this particular game is the most authentically Lovecraftian of the Lovecraft games out there. I know that there are some point-and-clicks out there, I haven't tried those, and there is Eternal Darkness, which is really authentically Lovecraftian, except it's not officially Lovecraftian. It's not in name, they don't have the rights to the names of Cthulhu and Lovecraft and stuff like that, I guess. But this game is going all in with the actual Lovecraft mythos, so I'm quite excited to see where that goes. Basic idea, we play as private investigator Jack Walters, or I guess private detective, either way. Jack Walters, and he's taking a case that is outside of his normal area of expertise, but he goes into it, and of course, he discovers more than he bargained for. So let's take a look and see what twisted horrors lie beyond. Let's go, literally, crazy. Bethesda Softworks. I can't wait till Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth New Vegas. Headfirst Productions. What a cute little logo. I guess this game won't be even slightly scary after all. Or it's Silent Hill 2. Warning, the following game contains scenes of disturbing nature. To maximize your Cthulhu experience, ensure you use brightness. Cthulhu will occasionally manipulate graphics, sound, and controls in an unusual way. This is perfectly normal, and it is unlikely to be a problem with either your game disc or your sanity. Joke's on you, I'm playing on GOG, I have no game disc. Horror. The true horror that paralyzes the mind and sears it with nightmares is never truly healed. Sears or scars? Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. Sounds healthy. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh. I've already messed around with settings before we got started, so I think we could just go in. I'll just remind myself of my controller options. Yeah, I think we're good. Well, look strafe, I don't know what that means. Let's make it the letter A, I guess. That was lean. Let's make it look strafe. Otherwise, I think we're good. I can't loop the menu, I actually have to scroll all the way down to back. Oh, that's cool, like high score. And cinematics, we're gonna get nothing except for maybe logos. There are 5 cinematics. Okay. Well, let's begin. Oh, it just tells you can unlock 2 greater levels of difficulty. I guess I'll be a PI. No Boy Scout for me. I'm playing on not even the second hardest mode. Arkham Asylum, February 16th, 1922.
Now, at my end, I can fully see. My last case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, of what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
May the rats eat your eyes? Oh jeez. I've had enough eldritch horror for one day. Do they just allow people to writhe on the ground in the hallways in this asylum? Oh, that's what he said already. He wrote it. The ignorant and the okay. I tried. Game tips are currently active. If you don't want to see them, they can be turned off. Alright. 6.5 years ago. JPW, so Jack something Waters. September 6th, 1915.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any. Victor?
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
Okay. So I can go in and out of sneak mode with shift.
Did you call for backup?
Yep, you're it.
Oh jeez. Okay, I can mouse look. That's good.
How you doing, kid?
Good, sir. Is it true what they say about you?
Depends on what they're saying.
That you've cracked cases where there was no evidence.
You shouldn't believe everything here.
Right.
Golly, mister.
Always questions I'm in no mood for answering.
Okay.
Jack, Officer Nichols will brief you at the top. Be careful.
What's taking him so long? Something must be wrong.
I think I saw him with Officer Armstrong. Just take it easy.
We're wide open here.
It's okay. I've got you covered. I don't like this. Something's not.
Right.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
This sounds healthy and safe.
Try to stay calm. You better hurry, Jack.
Be careful, sir.
Whoa. Okay, jeez. Something doesn't feel quite right. No, I was better the first time. Philip's been shot, he's dead. They're just going to town outside, huh?
As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
Damn. Select the book icon in the interface to study the journal thing. When it's grayed out, there are no new entries to read. How do I do that? Like, select the book icon in the interface? Do I have that option? Oh yeah, in inventory. There we go. So game time, but my journal and other written documents picked up during the investigation. My own diary. A local disturbance. I guess I'm becoming a victim of, well, September 6th. I guess I'm becoming a victim of my own success. After closing the last 5 cases so fast, the papers have been calling me a local hero. But I just had to run a lucky hunches, that's all. I'm just another cop doing his job. So there's a disturbance at a local residence. Probably a bunch of kids hopped up on moonshine. Why call in a detective? September 6th? Yeah. Maybe the uniformed boys are sore at being out in this weather and they want to share the joy with a local hero. It wouldn't be the first good-natured prank I've had to take since those newspaper reports. I don't know, though. Something doesn't feel right. It's more than just a regular bad feeling. It's hard to explain, but it's strong. I'm probably just tired. Those dreams don't help. I can't remember when I last got a good night's sleep. Must be a month at least. Right about the time I started my run of lucky hunches. The dreams have been getting worse lately. I'm almost afraid to close my eyes. Bourbon helped at first, but not anymore. The lack of sleep must be affecting my nerves. Well, jitters or not, I better get going. So that's that. A collation of general evidence. The podium sermon, we've already read that. Mythos, tomes, and manuscripts? Nothing. But, spoilers, I'm gonna get mythos, tomes, and manuscripts. There's my problem. Wasn't hitting the stairs. Although I can jump. I gotta remember that. Big rats.
Kill them all!
Jeez.
It's an old stove.
Oh, and we even have voice acting for searching things? That's cool.
It's too dark to be sure. but that rotting smell tells me these shelves are used for storing food.
There's one over there, on the left.
It looks like an eye, but the rest of the painting has no real shape.
Yo, hello.
This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy. A depiction of some alien creature. An old grandfather clock.
I can't believe they voiced everything for inventory searching, or for random searching. That's a save point.
There's one over there, on the left.
Also, I'm curious. Narcotic analgesis? Class. Helps block pain, but should be used with extreme caution. Also, I like that I have, I guess this is my health meter? Oh, get out of here. Oh, is this for real? Head, right arm, torso, left arm, right leg, left leg. Damn, what is this, Deus Ex? I can splint, bandage, suture, antidote. This is crazy. There's way more going on than I thought there would be. Guess we're going forward.
The front door has been barricaded with tables and chairs.
At last!
Whoa.
I better keep my distance from the window, or I'll end up like this nut job. Empty ammo boxes and scrap shells. Nothing useful. Poisoning by the looks of it. He's dead. They're all dead. Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues.
My vision's blurring. Is it because of the darkness, or am I seeing dead bodies? Like, my vision's getting really blurry. What the hell?
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Walt.
Whoa. What?
Damn, he recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. He's dead. Looks like a bad case of lead poisoning. A key. Could come in handy.
A copper key with an S engraved on the head. Oh, thanks. Well, yeah. I've learned how to use an inventory item. Also, I think I actually do want to go in here. By the way, apparently I can avoid sanity loss by looking at my feet as I walk, but I've already taken a sanity hit, so it's a little late for that.
A diary. This will make interesting reading.
Diary of a cult member. August 20th. We have been watching him now for 2 months. I can feel my anticipation growing as the day of contact draws near. Victor has not yet divulged his final plan for bringing Mr. Walters to us. All I know is that we must succeed. Yeah, the 24th. The year's the same. The sermon today was inspiring. Victor enlightened us with a story of the great race transcending the bounds of time to visit his dreams. Of the conscious things on this earth and in the ocean depths, we are but servants to a greater design. I can only hope that my faith during these last days will win me favor when our masters step through the gate. 29th. The experiments below have claimed one more of our order. Another volunteer is needed, but many are willing. We are truly blessed through our faithful service, now that his coming grows so close. September 3rd. The preparations are complete, and Victor's plan is in motion. He will arrive soon. Surely by now he must suspect his true nature, or at least question the nature of his gifts. Yeah, we had those mysterious hunches, right? September 6th. He has come. Finally. It begins. So whatever they wanted with me, either it's going to happen outside of their control, or it's not going to happen, because it looks like they're all dead, or mostly dead. That did not go well. Alright, we're out. I'll give myself another save. I like that this is the prologue. Like, wait till you see what really is going.
It's unlocked.
Oh good, so you do automatically use inventory items. I'm very happy about that.
I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos. All of them.
Wow. That is
Must be
freaky.
some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I've gotta think.
I'm breathing heavily. Jesus. I wonder if sanity builds up over time, or if it, like, or sanity loss builds up over time, or if it comes back. Jeez. Leave home, arrive at station, leave station, lunch. Go to bank, back to station, follow suspect, stake out, return home.
Another key.
Ooh, clearly this is the true save point because it's a typewriter. My heartbeat's not doing so well, though. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? What's the harm?
It's unlocked.
I actually didn't see what the key said, but whatever.
For nutcases, they seem quite literate.
The hell? You hear that?
It appears to be a private study area. The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem to be written in classical Greek.
Can I look at it? The Boston Globe, August 20th. Enlightened or duped? Oh, 1909. Enlightened or duped? Inside Boston's strangest church. Those of our readers who live near its headquarters in an ordinary-looking Boston residence will need no introduction to the Fellowship of Yith, or whatever the cult's name is. For those who have not encountered this mysterious, semi-religious group before, a few words of explanation are necessary. Since our country's founding upon the basis of religious freedom, its shores have been home to many small religious groups outside the mainstream. No small number are headquartered in the states of New England, where the Pilgrims themselves sought a new world free of religious persecution. But the question must be asked, at what point does a religion become a cult, and its trusting adherents, not to mention its blameless neighbors, become victims? That is the question this journal poses in regard to the Fellowship of Yith. In a month-long investigation, our intrepid reporters have diligently sought out the truth behind this so-called church. Its origins are somewhat mysterious, the more so since the group's leaders declined to be interviewed, or to assist our investigation in any way. However, it seems that the Fellowship was founded more than 20 years ago by one Victor Holt, based on a revelation he had received from beyond the confines of this world. Holt has not been seen for almost 6 years. His followers apparently believe that he is communing with the mysterious powers behind his faith, and that he is shortly to return with new insights and teachings. All this sounds like a harmless, if eccentric, spiritual group, little different from many others. However, those who make their homes near to the Fellowship's headquarters tell a different, more sinister story. The adherents of this obscure sect are to be found loitering on street corners, casting menacing glances at their innocuous neighbors, and frequently engaging in acts of petty crime, which the local police seem powerless to prevent or redress. Strange lights have been observed burning in the windows of the old house at all hours of the day and night. They change color unpredictably and cast weird, unintelligible shadows. Even more disturbing are the noises which have been heard to issue from within the mysterious building. They include chanting, unearthly music, and worst of all, screams like those of lost souls in agony. Many of the sect's neighbors are convinced that its services include human sacrifice or similar atrocities. Those few who dared complain to the police were told that because the house is private property and because there's no concrete evidence of any wrongdoing, the most they can do is file a noise complaint. Are the horrors of Salem being reenacted in our city more than 2 centuries on? Is this fellowship of Yith engaging in unspeakable and criminal acts of worship involving torture and sacrifice? Why is nothing being done to ease the fear and distress they cause to the local community? A source within the police department, speaking on the condition of anonymity, tells the Globe that the Fellowship is suspected of involvement in a number of local crimes, but so far the lack of evidence and the reluctance of nervous witnesses to come forward have thwarted any official investigation. Very well, we say. Where the police cannot, or will not, investigate, the Globe shall continue to act in the interests of Boston's citizens, fearlessly exposing the truth about this so-called church and its followers. Our findings will be published in these pages over the following months so that all may know the truth. Editor's note. It is with great sorrow that the Globe announces the death of reporter Howard Addlestone, who was leading the paper's investigation into the Fellowship of Yig. Now it's Yig, when he apparently drowned in the Boston harbor. The coroner has ruled his death a suicide. Our condolences go out to his family. On one hand, the timing of this obituary is highly suspicious and it sounds like murder, but considering this is a Cthulhu game, it very well may have actually been a suicide, because once you see the horrors beyond this world, you no longer want to deal with this world. Pnakotica? This manuscript looks medieval, but claims to be a translation from classical Greek of a far older work from before the time of the first humans. The pages are stained, faded, and even burned in some places, making reading difficult. The legible sections tell the history of unthinkably distant antiquity. I actually appreciate that they don't show you the writing, because anyone who's studied Greek could be like, oh, well, I know what this says. They speak of races so strange as to be beyond human comprehension, and wars fought across vast gulfs of time and space. There are concepts so utterly alien that they sound like absolute madness. Time travel, flying polyps, mental projection, great race of Yith. It makes you dizzy just to read it. Oh.
There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, I thought I walked through the mirror. There's just a little thing here. That was startling. Oh my god.
That did not sound good.
It sounded like a machine shutting down. And sure enough, I'm trapped down here. I bet you I'm trapped.
It's wedged shut. It figures.
Jack, where are you?
Where are you? Whoa.
There's no one in here.
Well, that's just swell. He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull.
I almost died. The beam fell and almost crushed my skull.
Medical charts on the human anatomy. This sink would be used for scrubbing up. Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here. In all my time on the job, I've never seen anything like this before. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
Okay. Whoa. This is something else. Whoa, it just got... Yeah. My God, he's alive.
Good God. What the hell is all this?
What?
Looks like his brain. I wonder what those wires are for. This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines. Looks like his kidneys. They're moving around in all that liquid.
This is messed up, man.
Looks like his stomach. The contraption above seems to be controlling his breathing, his beating heart.
Yeah, they're missing. God damn. Who the hell are you?
Oh, shit. I've never seen such equipment before. Who could have made such a machine?
Did I just kill him?
The machine must have overloaded. He's dead.
Christ's sake, man.
The crystal's still warm.
Warm and exhibits an unusual glow.
I've never seen equipment like this before.
Well, actually, did they stop beating and everything? Yup.
His stomach stopped moving. His lungs have stopped ventilating. His heart has stopped.
Damn, this is unreal.
His brain stopped moving. His intestines have stopped moving. His kidneys have stopped moving.
Ugh. I am so out of here.
This tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment. It's too hot to pick up.
This is all just under some house. Well, that needs a crystal to activate, right?
It looks like something's been removed from it.
Do I actually need to use it? Okay.
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine.
Oh my God. I should not have done that. February 6th.
It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it. Probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they'd searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to an asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintained a fanatical infatuation
The wonders of the invisible
occult,
world.
delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I am beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else.
Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on.
Now a grizzled noir detective. Or maybe I should have said hard-boiled.
What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Brian Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Not good.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
Innsmouth sucks.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
No, we can quit the investigation right now. To hell with Innsmouth. Well, new client, February 6th, 1922. Night. I have a new client, Mr. Arthur Anderson, the regional manager of the First National grocery store chain. It appears that the First National grocery in Innsmouth was recently burglarized, and its manager, one Brian Burnham, is missing. From what I have been able to gather, Burnham is something of a young rogue. A friend of the family, Mr. Anderson, gave him the job as a favor. Burnham is looking like the prime suspect for the robbery, but there are a few things that don't add up. Not to Anderson, and not to me. For instance, why would Burnham force an entry into the store when he had a full set of keys, free access to the cash register, and a combination to the back office safe? To misdirect any investigation? If that was his plan, why did he disappear? Following my conversation with Mr. Anderson, I found out what I could about the ancient town of Innsmouth. For generations, the crumbling seaport and its people have been shunned by neighboring communities. Outsiders are unwelcome there, and there are superstitious tales of a strange element in the town's oldest families. They're of mixed bloods, as the stories go. Whatever that's supposed to mean. The usual Hicktown prejudice, no doubt. After making a brief visit to Innsmouth, my client came away distrustful of the local authorities. He isn't buying their line that Burnham robbed the place, and he wants to know what happened to him. Only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and tomorrow afternoon I'll be on it. It feels good to have a purpose after 5 months trying to break through my amnesia. I also feel a little apprehensive. Maybe it's the wild stories about the town, or maybe it's just because I haven't had a case in so long. A visit to the old town. I don't expect the reader to believe what I'm about to relate. Any sane mind must reject such a fantastic tale, etc., I guess. February 7th, Innsmouth.
driver. How far to the stop?
It's almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. We don't want those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own.
Oh boy. Innsmouth is always such an openly suspicious place.
This is it, stranger. End of the line.
Jeez. What a creepy, suspicious guy.
Could you direct me to the First National Grocery Store? I hear they have a shop in town.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, you see, I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. I'm a friend of the family. He worked in the store.
Don't know who you're talking about, fella.
Jeez. God, this guy looks like he could just kill me any second. Well, okay.
First National's a large chain. You sure you haven't seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
Okay, jeez. Stare of death. Gee, oh my god. I'm sorry I bothered you, buddy. Ah. God. What a man, what a mean look.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't help you.
Whoa. Whoa.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Can't rightly say I know him.
Jesus Christ, dude.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
If you don't like it, just turn around and leave.
Maybe I will. This is a horror game, but right now the #1 scare is you, buddy.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
It's getting late, outsider. Folks that know what's good for them are safely bolted in their homes by now.
Ugh. Oh my
These
god.
odd-looking folks seem pretty hostile. They don't want to talk to strangers.
Yeah, this is always the case with Innsmouth. Like, everyone looks suspicious because they look suspiciously at you. Nobody trusts outsiders. Save point. There we go. A visit to the old town. Is there anything in my diary? Probably not. No, there is. 1916 to 21. Missing entries. I'm completely unable to recall what led to my confinement in the Arkham Asylum, or what happened to the 6 years between my 2 visits there. They tell me I had some kind of personality change that night in Boston. They watched me for a while, decided I wasn't dangerous, and let me go. After 6 years, I switched back, just as mysteriously. They admitted me again, found nothing wrong, and here I am. Among the personal effects they returned to me is a leather-bound journal. Perhaps it will tell me what I've forgotten. Looking through the journal, all I can find is my life as a police detective. There's no hint of any illness, or mental strain, or anything else that could explain my change of personality, or the equally sudden recovery that still baffles my doctors. However, a number of pages have been torn from the journal. Who did it or why, I can't tell. Did I destroy them myself to suppress some horrific memory? Or did the asylum staff judge their contents detrimental to my treatment? Why was part of my life erased? What is it that I can't remember, and who wants it to stay forgotten? Is it a precaution to protect my sanity? Or the key to something I need? Arkham Advertiser, February 6th. Grocery store robbed, manager missing. Thieves have robbed the First National Grocery Store in Innsmouth, breaking down the door and forcing open the cash register. The newly appointed manager, Mr. Brian Burnham, has been missing since shortly before the robbery. This is a very disturbing turn of events, said Mr. Arthur Anderson, First National's regional manager, from his Arkham office. This branch had only recently opened, and First National Grocery had high hopes for its success, given the general lack of modern stores and amenities in Innsmouth. The robbery is a definite setback, and more worrying still is the fact that the branch manager remains unaccounted for. Innsmouth authorities cannot be reached for comment. And probably nothing here. Yeah. I'll save one more time just to check off my readings. And, for now, it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We made it through the prologue and at the start of the first proper chapter of the story. This game definitely has Lovecraft vibes to it. Gotta say, I'm getting in the mood. But also, we're starting in Innsmouth? That place freaking sucks. I guess we have nightmares to look forward to from now on. Until next time, everyone.